WNBA's time or the NFL's time or the NBA's time getting fined when you're on their time, criticizing the officials, calling out the officiating. I've seen players get fined for that. But when you're on your own time, well, now, other than Sophie Cunningham, Caitlin Clark seems to be the two players that come to my mind of players getting fined, criticizing the officials, doing it on their own time, quote unquote.
Sophie Cunningham has told us how this works. If you talk about the refereeing, if you talk about the officiating on the Instaface, on the TikToks, on the Twitters, any of that social media, in the public, in the interview, if you mouth it in the shower, Kathy Engelbert will peek in and look around at you and point at you and be like, you're fined. Even though she won't clean up the officiating in her trash.
The hate is real, Kathy. I see you hating on us from a mile away, Kathy Engelbert. We all see it. You out here trying to find Caitlin Clark. You out here finding the one person who's actually bringing money into this league. What a joke. You're mad that the Indiana Fever are here right now. Y'all didn't expect us.
During the game, we saw here, the Fever players celebrating. I would assume based on the reaction that this was after the Lexi Hull steal and everything. And Caitlin Clark on Instagram commented this: refs couldn't stop us. Elite bench mob. It wasn't for the lack of trying. Glad they're having fun and celebrating like no other teams. Will she?
For being excited on the bench and for letting it be known how trash your referees are. Why don't you start finding referees for not calling fouls? Why don't you start putting that type of energy into making sure the game is played better? Why don't you do that? Why don't you do that? Because that would be nice.
Couldn't stop her. I actually don't think that the Aces perimeter, honestly, defense or offense is very good, but specifically defense, they just couldn't find an answer for Kelsey. They were sending two on her at different times, but the Fever were running cutters. Kelsey was making her way to the rim. Now, I will say the Aces defense is scary around the rim because you have somebody like Asia who averages over 2 blocks a game, and she's just there waiting and ready to block your shot if you get too close to the rim. But Kelsey Mitchell, I mean, she was just finding her spots, getting to her lanes, hitting those open.
Really didn't expect it. We got Sophie Cunningham exposing the whole league agenda, exposing them. Caitlin Clark mocking them all on Twitter, all on Instagram, everywhere.
NBA definitely got to play these women more. You got to pay these women more, because what the hell is a $200 fine? This picture right here is giving me Mom Made Pizza Rolls vibes. Mom Made Pizza Rolls and everybody. Ah! Caitlin Clark was fined $200 for her comments she left on the IG post. She said refs couldn't stop us, meaning they advanced to the next round despite the refs trying to throw them a curveball every game, despite having to play against the refs. And the league said, "Oh hell no, you gotta run me that. You gotta run me that 200."
Is the WNBA foreshadowing? We're seeing how you're acting on the bench. We're seeing how you're talking to the officials on the bench. We will tee you up. Now, whether I think that she deserves a tee for it or not, we're not even going to get into that. What if this is just saying, hey, we're going to tee you up if you continue to get at the officials, if you continue to talk up the officials, if you continue to show up the officials on the sideline.
Caitlin Clark has ignited a firestorm the WNBA can't ignore. The record-breaking rookie is reportedly facing league punishment after exposing what insiders call the WNBA's biggest internal scandal, a controversy over fairness and transparency. What might have stayed quiet has exploded into headline news, drawing millions of reactions and forcing emergency meetings. Her bold move pits the league's fastest-growing star against its leadership and could reshape power dynamics across women's basketball. Within 24 hours, social interactions topped 4 million, pushing Clark to number 1 on U.S. sports feeds and nonstop ESPN and Amazon coverage. Insiders say she detailed opaque officiating and revenue-sharing gaps, accusing the league of favoring certain teams. Officials quickly weighed fines and a suspension, a stunning step for a player whose games average 1.5 to 1.8 million viewers and drive a 38% rating surge. Since the All-Star break, Clark has averaged 20 points and 8.2 assists, lifting Indiana from 10 wins to near .500 with a 70% playoff projection. Gainbridge Fieldhouse now draws 10,000 plus fans, up 60%, while resale tickets exceed $150 and League Pass and Amazon streams climb 40%. Punishment here isn't just discipline, it's a business risk. Indiana's success hinges on Clark's pace. Team possessions jumped from 79 to 84.5 per 40 minutes, and lineups featuring Clark and Kelsey Mitchell post a +7 net rating, comparable to top seeds. National broadcasts now double typical WNBA audiences, and resale and sponsorship numbers keep rising. With a $100 million plus media rights deal in play, sidelining Clark would threaten wins and revenue. Coaches note her deep range creates the spacing that fuels Mitchell's 43% three-point shooting. Even a short suspension could stall the league's most improved offense. Past stars like Diana Taurasi or Maya Moore, who question policy, usually face delayed, modest fines. Today, the WNBA averages 84 possessions per game versus 77 20 years ago and draws million-plus viewers, so controversies spread faster. Clark's rookie line, 20 points, 8.2 assists, +7 net rating, surpasses many legends' debuts. NBA parallels like LeBron James critiquing governance never drew such instant suspension talk, underscoring how digital speed now compresses the gap between accusation and consequence. Clark drives every revenue stream, record rookie jersey sales, home crowds over 10,000, resale seats near $200, and 58% higher Indiana-related betting handle. ESPN games reach 1.5 to 1.8 million viewers, and League Pass streams rise 40%. Those metrics anchor the upcoming $100 million broadcast deal, and even the 4 million social hits in a day carry monetizable value. Any sanction risks slowing the very surge networks and sponsors are paying for. Clark's stand could shape the next CBA, with players seeking stronger speech protections and higher supermax limits beyond $241,984. Younger stars are already citing her evidence-based challenge. For Indiana, playoff odds above 70% and a potential top 4 seed depend on keeping the +7 net rating backcourt intact. For the WNBA, disciplining its biggest growth driver could cool ticket demand, streaming gains, and sponsor interest just as new global partners line up. Caitlin Clark's standoff isn't just a headline, it's a turning point. By exposing structural flaws with data, she's shown that a rookie can hold the league accountable while fueling record growth. Will other stars follow? And can the WNBA afford to punish the player powering its rise? Whatever the outcome, the balance of power between players and league officials has already shifted.